Where 2 or 3 Kenyans are gathered, you are likely to hear Ruto must go, the slogan that has become as Kenyan as the bracelet. It has been a rallying call for all those opposed to President William Ruto's rule and government, and it does not look like it is going anywhere. In 2022, Gotabaya Rajapaksa, a former military officer who served as the 8th president of Sri Lanka from 2019 to 2022, was forced to take a self-imposed exile after Sri Lanka's had enough of his state rule. The South Asian nation had been deeply carved in economic mismanagement and the entrenched power of the political old guards by corrupt leaders, as highlighted by many vexed citizens. This forced thousands of Sri Lankans to stage nationwide protest and overrun the presidential palace in July 2022, toppling a long-running government that they believed was the root of their burdens. For weeks, Rajapaksa resisted calls to resign even after his elder brother, Mahinda Rajapaksa, resigned as prime minister to try and diffuse public fury. He had also appointed his younger brother, Gotabaya, as defense secretary, a position critics say he wielded ruthlessly. The two other brothers, Basil and Chamal, rose to become finance minister and parliamentary speaker respectively. His tenure was vehemently defended by those close to then head of state, despite a blaring alarm that the government's day were approaching an end. 3 years later, the Kenyan ruling government faces a similar debacle, threatening an extended stay for the President William Ruto at the nation's helm. Kenyan youth staged a hulking protest against Ruto's leadership that they lamented had stifled development and severely crippled the economy. Protesters coined the now prominent slogan, "Ruto must go," which called for the ousting of President William Ruto, as many claimed that his leadership has proven to be incompetent. Despite Ruto's move to shoot down the Finance Bill 2024, which proposed a heap load of anniversary taxes, and firing his cabinet, Kenyans are still adamant about having him out of office, vowing not to afford him a second chance as Kenya's president. Government criticism then moved online as Kenyans escalated censures against Ruto and his government, calling out every decision and utterances he makes. A majority still share the view that he cannot be allowed a second chance to lead the East African powerhouse. The heaping ridicule has seemingly sparkled jitters in Ruto's camp, as his heady men leaders have been forced to chime into the matter, raising questions on whether they have sensed a daunting danger. Men with Ruto's ears have been on the front line of firing back at those calling on Ruto's ouster, remaining confident that their boss will enjoy a smooth sail into his second run as president. The Dab MP Farama Alim, a legislator known for his reckless and insightful sentiments, once used condescending words towards the youthful Gen Zs who criticized the government, asserting that Ruto will not be a one-term ruler. When you see everywhere progressing, and then some fools say Kasongo Ruto must go, to hell with those who say that. Is he sitting in your mother's or your father's seat? He is sitting in our seat. We will re-elect him. We will deliver 99% or even 100%. We are saying Ruto will stay until 2032, Malim stated at a public rally. His Kapseret counterpart Oscar Sudi, a man to be known Ruto's wingman, has also ridiculed online critics while referring to them as wakora or thieves, insisting that despite their noise, Ruto is not going anywhere. Sudi laughed off some of the attacks directed at Mr. Ruto, including the now viral "Ruto must go" slogan, saying such calls were futile. National Assembly Deputy Speaker Gladys Bosholei believes that Ruto's adversaries are attempting to sell propaganda through the viral "Ruto must go" trend. When people mention Ruto must go, they are trying to make headlines because the only way to remove a president is through an election or impeachment, and you need to have the ground for it, Sholei stated, speaking on the media on January 14th. Mining Cabinet Secretary CS Hassan Joho has also joined the bandwagon, threatening severe ramifications to Kenyans venting their frustrations against Ruto's administration. He said that the state will clamp down on those wishing ill on Kenyan leaders, saying that those involved are just idlers who want to misuse social media. If they choose chaos, we fight back. If they incite, we incite. Let me say so. And if they are mad, let them burst. This is the only country that someone takes to social media. They generate a cascade when they wish the worst to a leader, and you want us to just let them be. You remain online and we stay on the ground. And if you bring chaos, then here is the headquarters. You cause chaos, we do the same. Similarly, National Assembly Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah has implored members of parliament not to be intimidated when constituents threaten to send them home during the upcoming 2027 elections. Speaking during parliamentary proceeding in November 2024, the lawmaker noted that the legislators should be more concerned about how their lives will be after retirement. Many MPs are threatened, especially around this time. You'll be told, utapata 2027, utaenda nyumbani 2027, yet you go home every day, so nobody should threaten you that you will go home, he said. Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna has rebutted their claims, urging that those in Ruto's close ring are living in angst over the shrinking chances of getting a second term in office. Speaking on January 15 in a radio interview, Sifuna noted that the political contempt Ruto's government faces has eroded public confidence and tainted chances for another stint at the nation's helm. Those people are very afraid. If you look at the pronouncement of the president, and the people around his circle are speaking from a position of fear because they have realized that there is very little time left to change the political tides, he said. They are aware that they will not meet the threshold for him to get a second term, so they are actually now talking about it openly, seems to steal the election. President Ruto has maintained that his goal for 2025 is to uphold progress, unity and hope. In his New Year's message, he celebrated milestones he said his government has achieved, among them the strengthening of the Kenyan shillings, a drop in inflation to 2.7%, and stride in universal health care through Taifa Care. He further highlighted achievements in food security, affordable housing, and job creation, noting our affordable housing program now includes 837,000 houses in the pipeline, creating 200,000 jobs. Despite serious challenges, we stood together, worked with determination, and overcame obstacles, he said. Looking ahead, he promised continued economic growth, increased agricultural productivity, and stronger healthcare and education reforms. In 2025, we will be busier at school and at work, better nourished, safer, and more secure, he stated. Kenyans online are still throwing jabs at the state, wanting a fresh crop of politicians in 2027. My name is Mahmoud Kamau, reporting from Nairobi.